Everyone always tells you your first year of grad school sucks. You are just transplanted into this new city. The only people you're ever going to have a chance to talk to are the people in your own program, which means in my case, I'm surrounded by a bunch of mathematicians. And on top of that, trying to understand these classes is like drowning in this sea that's like one part despair, one part quicksand, and a big helping of partial differential equations over in the side. I wish my first year had been that easy. Add to that 6 months into grad school, my high school sweetheart, the only girl I have ever dated, says to me, "You know how I said, yeah, I'd love to get married. I don't know if that's the best idea. I don't know if I really want to get married to you ever." Yeah, that's not fun. On top of that, I was living in this dark, dank, shitty apartment behind the Prince George's County Mall. Yeah, you know. When I was trying to walk down the steps into my apartment, because it was a basement apartment, I had to deal with the smell in the hallways. There was like cat piss and rotten eggs. And on top of that, there's no light in the apartment, and the walls, oh God, they just screamed at me, "We have broken better tenants than you. You're not gonna last a week." So now my life has become this endless cycle of classes I can't understand, wallowing over this girl, the only girl I've ever dated, and spending every waking second in this shitty apartment eating pasta and watching Law and Order. And by the way, if you are really down, and I mean just depressed, do not watch Law and Order. It will only make things worse. So as I'm coming towards the end of my second semester of wallowing, I get this call from my buddy Kevin. So for context, Kevin has been my best friend since we were 12 years old. We became friends in middle school, sort of out of necessity. We are these supremely nerdy kids, and he was pudgy, and I somehow thought it was cool to have long hair and wear it in a ponytail. I don't know. Middle school is a bitch. But we've been best friends ever since. So I hear him on the other line, and he says, dude, guess what? I just got into Maryland, and I'm coming. Do you need a roommate? Now, let me tell you, Kevin is a smart guy, and I mean smart. He could have gotten in anywhere in the country. I know he had acceptances at other places, but he decided to come to Maryland. And you know, I don't think he'll actually admit this if you ask him, but I think part of the reason he came was he knew I needed a friend. I needed someone to help get me out of that funk. I was jumping up and down. I was looking for every apartment in the tri-state area that isn't a shitty hellhole behind Prince George's County Mall. I was going to move. I had to move. I could not be anywhere. I could be anywhere other than there. And when we found this place and he moved, we just started running around like a married couple. We're shopping for furniture. We're picking out a color scheme. We're debating over where to put our 3 Billy the Bookshelves from IKEA. I think they should go like somewhere over in the corner, but he thinks they should go on the wall, sort of connected along the sides. And let me tell you, he basically had become my platonic house husband. And the walls in this new place were beautiful and clean, and I felt like I'd escaped. And God, I wish it ended there. I wish I could tell you that Kevin and I roommated off into the sunset and everything worked out perfectly. But no, 4 fucking days later, Maryland decides to give us a tornado. So I should tell you, technically, they haven't really, the experts aren't sure if the wind exhibited the vortex-like structure necessary to classify it as a tornado versus high winds. But here's what I think. When Mother Nature comes down from the heavens and rips the roof off of your apartment and throws it into a nearby field, you can call it whatever the fuck you want. So my complex was nice enough to give us 15 minutes to clear out everything that we owned. So you want to know what that's like? Have you ever seen that show, Supermarket Sweeps? You got the kids running down the aisles. They're throwing everything they can into the carts. They just don't have time to pay attention to what it is. Feels like that. Only it's my life. And the grand prize is homelessness. So I'm grabbing my clothes and throwing them into suitcases. I am taking every non-fragile bag and throwing it out of the third-story window of our apartment because, damn it, we do not have time. And after 15 minutes, I am staring at my life in this car. And Kevin and I have nowhere to go. Well, we had one place to go. Somehow, by the grace of God or Satan or someone, that shitty apartment behind Prince George's County Mall, perfectly intact. Walls better than ever. I had been in such a rush to get out of there, my lease wasn't even up. We could go there for a week. To those shitty memories and those shitty walls. Without any furniture to distract me from the shitty memories and the shitty walls. And the first night we got there, I broke down. I can't be in this apartment with these fucking memories and the fucking walls. I just can't take another second of this year. I can't do it. And Kev walks up, he puts his hand on my shoulder and he says, "Hey, we will survive. We will survive." Really, Kev? As long as we know how to love, I know we'll be alive. I've got all my life to live. I've got all my love to give. We will survive. And what can I do? We will survive. The next 10 minutes was this impromptu karaoke session. No music. I don't even know how I remember the words to the song. And you know, it's funny. Most people can't really look back through pain and sadness and frustration and pinpoint the exact moment that things started to get better. But I can. I was at the lowest point I had ever felt. I was overstressed. I was heartbroken. I was afraid of being homeless. And that tiny moment was the beginning of a change. And everything started to get better. And I am eternally grateful to Kevin for that. And it probably didn't hurt that just a couple days later, I started my second year of grad school. Thanks.